present participle form of give, continuous form. In other words, continuous form. Give, giving. Very good. Well done. Giving, G-I-V-I-N-G. Okay, giving. Very good. Right. Then ride, ride. I'm riding. Sorry, ride. I ride bicycles. How can you put it into the continuous form? Riding. I am riding the bicycle then. R-I-D-I-N-G. So always remember, you have to be very careful about these spellings, Puta. Okay, when you are writing the verbs, yes. So you have to be very careful about the verb formations. Now imagine ride, R-I-D-E. We cut E because there is a consonant before the last word, and when we add cut E and add ing, riding. So I'll tell you the rules also in a short while, how we add ing form. So for the moment being, let's simply put it as we add ing to the form of the. Okay, so we can, yes, we have some keyboard errors, madam. So that means with can't every one of you write it? So you can talk to me, never mind. Switch on your mic and talk to me, Puta, on the audio, okay? So it doesn't matter whether you write it, the answer, so whether you say it, I prefer both the ways. If you write, speak verbally, and if you can put a text message also, that is fine, okay? So both the approaches are possible, okay? Okay, right. So only for those who have keyboard errors, you can directly tell me the answer via the audio, okay? Others also, if you like, you can also speak through the audio and just let me know what your answers are. Okay, right. So that's about that part. Right. Now, so let me talk to you about the past participle form. So normally in the past participle form, අපි කියනවා මොකක්ද අපි සිංහලෙන් කියන්නේ past participle form කියන එකට. මොකක්ද අපි සිංහල word එක? Does anyone know it? Please let me know whether you know that, so that your friends also can get to know it. Yes? Past participle. What is the Sinhala word for past participle? Yes? Do you know, any one of you know? If knows, please, if you know, please let us know about it. Past participle form. That is present participle. The atitedi. Okay, no, but there is a specific word you say. Yeah, can you come up with that one? Atita kala, that is correct. Atita kala is there. Okay, correct. That is fine. Atita kala is siddha vemin pavathina kriya. Vemin pavathina kriya kod past. Okay, continuous verma. Past participle puta. Yeah, so you understood it. You identified the difference. Okay, fine, good. But what is the past participle? So work, give me the past participle. Speak. Okay, what is the past? Past participle. Yeah, what is the past tense of speak? Spoke. Yes, very good. The past tense is spoke. Then what is the past participle form? So past participle form means atita kala krudanta. Atita kala krudanta කියන එක තමයි අපි කියන්නේ past participle. So I get the answers. So speak, spoke. What is the past participle of spoke then? Speak, that is spoken. Spoken. Very good. All of you, most of you have sent me the answers correctly. So then the answer is spoken. Very good. Okay. So when do we, now normally when do we use this past participle form? With what form, word tense do we use the past participle form? With which tense do we use past participle? Can someone answer it audio, in the audio? Via the audio? Yes? Through the audio, if you can speak, it's better. Yes? There is a specific tense that we use the past participle form. Okay, okay. The audio is not clear. Okay, right. So can you hear me now, Puta? Okay, right. Okay. Can you hear me quickly? Tell me, Puta, do you hear me now? Are you clear to me?
Yes.
Okay, right.
Madam, samahara elata ahenne.
Okay, now, Pooja, wait. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. Okay, you can hear properly, right? Can you hear me now?
No, madam.
Now, can you hear me?
No.
No. Okay, wait, give me 1 second. Okay, can you hear me now? Putta, can you hear me now? Are you clear? Am I clear to you now?
Yes, madam.
Right, okay. Right, okay. So, um, okay, right. Okay. So we were talking about, um yeah, we were talking about the different. Okay, now tell me, which tense do we use specifically? We use the present past participle form with which tense? Yes. Can someone tell me, please? Yes, someone say. Yes, it says present perfect tense. Is it with only yes, Shehan Madhushankar? Yes, that is correct. Okay, so it is with perfect tenses. So with the perfect tenses, what are the perfect tenses we have? Very good, Shehan. Okay, right. So what are the perfect tenses we have? How many perfect tenses do we have? Okay, one is present perfect. Okay, the other tense is three. Basically, there are three perfect tenses. So they are present perfect. The other one is past perfect. The third one is future perfect. So future perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, present perfect continuous. So they are also there. We don't use with those three. We don't use the past participle because they are continuous form. Then we use the what present participle form. Why present progressive form or the present participle? Because they are continuous. Present perfect continuous. So then we don't use present participle, past participle form. So we use past participle form only with the three perfect tenses: present perfect, past perfect, future perfect. Okay. So first example, present perfect. I have gone to Colombo. I have. Sorry, let's say I have. Okay. I have seen the Eiffel Tower. I have seen the Eiffel Tower. What is the tense I have used that in that sentence? I have seen the Eiffel Tower. What is the tense, Putta? Yes. Present perfect. Very good. So I have seen. I have seen. The word have is always used because it is present tense. That is the helping verb for present perfect. To show that it is present, we have to use have there or has, depending on the singular plurality of the subject. So I have seen the Eiffel Tower. Seen. Then the seen is the past part. Sorry, seen is the past participle form of the verb. Okay, so we always use the past participle form with have in the present perfect tense. Okay, right. I'll tell another sentence. Uh, the tree had fallen. The tree had fallen. What is the tense I have used there? Very good. Yes, it's very good. It's past perfect. Yes, it's past perfect. Well done. So the tree had fallen. Gaha වැටිලා තිබුණා. The tree had fallen. වැටිලා තියෙනවා නම් have fallen. The tree has fallen. වැටිලා තිබුණා නම් had fallen. හරි පහුවෙච්ච එකක්. So had එක දාන්න එපා. මොකද ඒක past කියලා පෙන්නන්න ඕන එක. perfect නිසා අනිවාර්යෙන් අපි ඒකට past participle form එක use කරන්න ඕනේ. So there also we use the past participle form. Okay, another sentence I'll come up with. They will have eaten the fruits. They will have eaten the fruits. What is the tense I have used, Puta? Yes, future perfect. Very good, Shehan. Yes, Nimreka, that's also good. Shintaka, very good. Okay, so all, thank you for that. So future perfect tense. Right. Kavisha Milani, very good. It's future perfect Puta, correct. So it's future perfect tense. They will have eaten the fruits, right? By then. So they will have eaten. Will plus have. So in the future tense, I told you, we always use the present form. So you use, it's a perfect. So use have there. They will have eaten. Why eaten? It's a perfect tense. When you are having a perfect tense, you always use the past participle form of the verb. Okay? Right. Very good. So let's move on to the okay. So these are some of the basic things that we need to know before we are moving on to these tenses. Right. So are you clear with that right now? For a brief idea, I gave it to you because we need to know the verbs formations, different verbs, okay? And then we need to know how these verbs are used in the present tense, the infinitive form, the present tense, present participle, past tense, past participle. Likewise, we need to know the different verb formations. Otherwise, it's difficult for us to write the sentences in the correct manner. Okay? Correctly. Okay. Right. So, now let's talk about the present simple tense. The usage of present simple tense. Okay. Now, we use the present simple tense. The first, after the infinitive form, the first form of the verb, we have the present tense. That's in the second form, we have the present tense. Okay. In the second column of the verb formations, we have present tense after the infinitive, or the base form of the verb, we have the simple present tense verb. So present tense, we use simple present tense. First two. Basically, why do we use present tense? The basic idea of using present simple tense. Why do we use simple present tense? Now, what is the basic usage of yes? Okay.
Or describing a habit.
Yes, very good. But to describe, yes.
And continuously things when happen, like sun is rising every day.
Sun rises every day, no? Is rising,
Yes,
then it is a present continuous. Yes, very good. Okay, sun rises every day. It's a habitual, it's a universal truth in the other way, or it's a habitually happening action. So, for example, I go to university, I go for lectures every day. So then it is a habitual action. You do it as a habit. Okay, right. Then you use simple present tense. Very good. So any other ways that we use, any other usages of present simple? Okay, right. Let's move on with the first one. So as he said, we use the simple present tense basically to talk about habits. Purudu. Purudu api kata කරනවා අපි මොකද්ද? Present simple tense. අපි දන්නවා දැන් අපි පුරුද්දක් වශයෙන් අපි කරන දේවල් වලට අපි use කරන්නේ මොකද්ද? අපි කොහොමද ඒවා කියන්නේ? අපි ඒවා කියන්නේ using present simple tense. Simple present tense. Okay? Right. So පුරුදු වලට අපි කියනවා habits කියලා. පුරුද්දක් වශයෙන් කරන ක්‍රියාවලට අපි ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් කියන්නේ habitual actions. Habitual actions. Okay? So for example, one says he smokes. He smokes. ඔහු දුම්පානය කරනවා. So ඒක habit එකක් නම් අපි එතකොට first or the second form of the verb you use the simple present tense verb smoke, but we add s to it, add s to the verb smoke to say that it is a he. Since he is a singular subject pronoun, we add s to the end of the verb to make it look singular, and also we use the present tense verb. Okay, the next one is I have written dogs bark. So normally dogs bark. So sometimes at home also your dogs bark. When a guest comes, they don't know someone, they don't know host someone, some guests come, sometimes they bark. So it happens as a habit. The dogs don't know your friends, no, right? So they bark thinking they are your enemies, right? So then we say dogs bark. It's a habit. When the dogs bark, our dog barks when they see a stranger. Our dog barks when it sees a stranger. අමුත්තෙක් දැක්කම හෝ අපේ ගෙදර ඉන්න බලා ඌ බුරනවා. හරි අන්න ඒක තමයි. එතකොට අපි use කරන habit එකක් ගැන මේ කතා කරන්නේ අපි. Habitual action එකක් ගැන. So we use simple present tense to talk about a habitual action. Okay? Right. Okay, let's move on to the second usage. It is used with adverbs or adverb phrases such as always, never, occasionally, often, sometimes, usually, every week, on Mondays, twice a year. Adverbs or adverb phrases. මොනවද adverbs කියන්නේ? Can someone tell me what is an adverb?
ආධාරක ක්‍රියාවද.
ක්‍රියා?
ආධාරක ක්‍රියාවද.
ක්‍රියා විශේෂණ.
Yes, that's one. The ආධාරක ක්‍රියාපද, that is helping verbs. Okay? Don't get it confused. Helping verbs. උදව්පද. ඒතර මීසා was one ඒව තමයි ආධාරක ක්‍රියාපද. උදව්පද නැත්නම් helping verbs. But the second person child said that is a ක්‍රියා විශේෂණ පදයක්. කොහොමද ක්‍රියාවක් විස්තර කරනවා නම් අපි දන්නවා ක්‍රියාපදයක්. අපි හිතමු මම උදේට ඇවිදිනවා. හරිද? මම උදේට ඇවිදිනවා. එතකොට අපි කියනවා මම කොහොමද ඇවිදින්නේ කියලා මම විස්තර කරනවා. මම උදේට හයියෙන් ඇවිදිනවා. I walk fast in the morning. නැත්නම් කියනවා I walk fast in the morning. I walk fast. කොහොමද ඇවිදින්නේ? හයියෙන්. I කීයටද ඇවිදින්නේ? In the morning. එතකොට time එකක් ගැන කියනවා. Manner එකක්. So adverbs are of different types. It could be an adverb of time, adverb of place, adverb of manner, adverb of frequency. Okay? So now here, these words, always, never, occasionally, often, sometimes, usually, every week, on Mondays, twice a year, they are all adverbs of frequency. What are adverbs of frequency? Do you know what are adverbs of frequency are? Yes, what are adverbs of frequency? Yes, Puta, what are adverbs of frequency? Yes. Yeah, adverbs of frequency කියන්නේ අපි කයම් කිසි ක්‍රියාවක් කොතරම් කාලයකට කොතරම් කාල සීමාවක් තුළ සිදු කරනවද? For example, always කියලා always කියන්නේ නිතරම කියන එක, නිරන්තරයෙන් කියන එක. Okay, අපි කියමු මම කඩේට යනවා හැමතිස්සෙම. I always go to the shop. I always go to the shop. Then always කියන එක යන්නේ කොච්චර ප්‍රමාණයකටද? හැමතිස්සෙම යනවා. නැත්නම් I never go to the shop. I occasionally go to the shop. I often go to the shop. Okay? I sometimes go to the shop. Or every day we go to the shop. On Mondays I go to the shop. Or you can say I go to the shop twice a year. හරිද? එතකොට මේ කියන්නේ අපි යන කඩේට යන්නේ කොයිතරම් කාලයකට සැරයක්ද කියන එක. එතකොට අපි ඒකට කියනවා කොයිතරම් කාලයකට සැරයක්ද කියලා. ඒකට කියන්නේ අපි adverbs of frequency කියලා. හරිද? adverbs of frequency. කොතරම් ප්‍රමාණයක් යම්කිසි සිද්ධ වෙනවද යම්කිසි ක්‍රියාවක්. මම නිතරම යනවා කඩේට. මම කවදාවත් යන්නේ නැහැ. යන්නේ කොයි ප්‍රමාණයක් යනවද? කොතරම් වෙන කාලයක් යනවද කියන එක තමයි මේ always never occasionally කියන words වලින් represent කරන්නේ, පෙන්눔 කරන්නේ. එතකොට ඒවට අපි කියනවා මේ always never occasionally වලට adverbs of frequency කියලා. frequency කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? number of times something happens. frequency. කොතරම් වාර ගණනක් යම්කිසි දෙයක් සිද්ධ වෙනවද කියන එකට තමයි frequency කියන්නේ. adverbs of frequency කියන්නේ යම්කිසි ක්‍රියාවක් කොතරම් කාලයකට අනුව සිද්ධ වෙනවද කියන එක කියන්නේ adverbs of frequency වලින්. හරිද? right. So, can you see the example? I go to church on Monday. මම යනවා පල්ලියට සඳුදාට. It rains in March. මාර්තු වල වහිනවා. දැන් මේ හැම verb එකක්ම go to the church, go තමයි first එකේ verb එක. second එකේ verb එක rains. එතකොට මේ දෙකම විස්තර කරනවා. going to church කියන්නේ කොතරම් කාලයකට සැරයක්ද? Monday ට යන්නේ church එකට. It rains in March. කවදටද වහින්නේ? මාර්තු වල වහින්නේ. එතකොට මේ මොන කාල සීමාව තුලදීද මේ දේවල් සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ කියන එක තමයි අපිට පෙන්눔 කරන්නේ මොකෙන්ද? adverbs of frequency වලින්. හරිද? okay? right. okay. give me 1 second පුතා. Okay, give me a second, Pita. Until that, can you go through the slide first? Okay, I'll go to the next slide. And okay, so this is, you understand it, right? You understand it, right? This one, I hope you understand it. Okay, can you go through this one until I give me 1 second? Okay. Go through this slide for a while, okay? Okay, did you go through it, Puta? Okay, did you go through it? So let's talk about time clauses. What are these time clauses? What are the time clauses? Yes? Okay, you can't hear, right? Okay, can you hear me now? Puta, can you hear me now? Okay, right. Okay, right, Puta. Okay. Thank you. Right. So let's talk about used with time time clauses expressing routine or habitual actions. Used with time clauses. What are time clauses? Expressing routine or habitual actions. So examples is whenever it rains, the roof leaks. When you open the door, a light goes on. When you open the door, a light goes on. Whenever it rains, the roof leaks. So when you are using expressions, time clauses expressing routine or habitual actions. Time clauses කියන්නේ කාලේ හඟවන ක්‍රියාපද. For example, expressions, time එක හඟවන expressions. When, මේ වෙලාවේදී, when. Time clauses කියන්නේ ඒවට. Whenever, හැම වෙලාවකදීම. When කියන්නේ මේ මොහොත වෙලාව යම් කිසි වෙලාවකදී. Whenever කියන්නේ හැම වෙලාවෙම. දැන් අපි හිතමු whenever it rains the roof leaks. වහින හැම වෙලාවෙම වහලෙන් වතුර වැටෙනවා. When you open the door, a light goes on. When you open the door, a light goes on. What is it? ඔබ දොර අරිනකොටම light එකක් පත්තු වෙනවා. හරිද? Okay. So okay, so, 1 second, Puta. Now one has asked, Madam, is frequency of verb equals to time period? Frequency. Time period එකක් වගේ තමයි පුතා. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි හිතමු I always go to the temple. මම හැමතිස්සෙම පන්සල් යනවා. ඒකට හැමතිස්සෙම කියන්නේ time period එකක් නෙවෙයි. කොයිතරම් කාලයකට සැරයක් පන්සල් යනවද කියන එක. ඒක time expression එකක්. හරි ඒකට අපි කියනවා ඒක ක්‍රියාපදයේ විස්තර කරන පදයක් වෙනවා. ඒකට නිසා අපි කියනවා ඒකට adverbs of frequency කියලා. Sometimes, always, never, usually මේවලට අපි කියනවා adverbs of frequency කියලා. මේ adverbs of frequency වලින් කරන්නේ යම් කිසි ක්‍රියාවක් කොපමණ සැරයක් කරනවද යම් කිසි කාල සීමාවක් තුලදී කියන එක තමයි ඒකෙන් පෙන්නන්නේ. අපි හිතමු I sometimes write novels. I sometimes write poems. මම සමහර වෙලාවට poems ලියනවා. හැමතිස්සෙම ලියනවද? සමහර වෙලාවට ලියනවද? හැමදාම ලියනවද? ඒ කාල සීමාව කොතරම් ප්‍රමාණයක් සිද්ධ වෙනවද කියලා ඒ කාල සීමාව තුලදී කොතරම් ප්‍රමාණයක් ඒ ක්‍රියාව සිද්ධ කරනවද කියන එක තමයි adverbs of frequency වලින් පෙන්වන්නේ. හරිද පුතා? Hosan, is it all right, Puta? Okay. Right. Okay, Puta. Right. So, right. Let's move on to this time expressions. There may time expressions tamai when.
Yes, madam, now clear.
Sorry, Puta.
Thank you, madam.
Can you hear me? My explanation was not clear, ne? Okay. I'll tell you once again. Right. දැන් හිතන්න මම හැමදාම lectures යනවා. කොහොමද අපි ඒක ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් කියන්නේ? Sorry. I attend lectures every day. I attend lectures every day. හරිද? එතකොට I attend lectures. Attend කියන එක තමයි verb එක. හරිද? කොයිතරම් කාලයකට සැරයක්ද lectures යන්නේ? හැමදාම නැත්නම් කවදාවත් යන්නේ නැත්නම් never. එතකොට මේ ක්‍රියාපදේ යනවා කියන ක්‍රියාපදයට කොයිතරම් කාල සීමාවක් වෙලාවක් ඔයා මේ lecture එකට යනවද? I always go to for the lecture. I always attend the lecture. නැත්නම් අපි හිතමු Sorry Puta, you are not clear to me darling. Can you tell me once again? It's not clear Puta. Can you tell it again please? Okay, put a text message, otherwise I don't hear you. Okay, right. Or if you have any problem or issue, Puta, please let me know. So I like that if you ask questions, the more clear for you, then the more easy for me as well. So then I know that you know the lesson properly or the whatever that I'm teaching, right? Okay, right. Okay, then let's move on to the next one. It is used with the verb say when we ask. So we use these time clause expressions to talk about routine or habitual actions. Routine. එතකොටත් ඒකත් මේ time expression එක whenever I go to the school, the teachers calls me. When I go to the class, the friends laugh with me. The friends talk with me. එතකොට මේ හැමතිස්සෙම මේ words හැමතිස්සෙම habitual action එකක් ගැන කියන්නේ. Whenever, when කියලා දාපට you have to use the verb in the simple present tense. So that is what it says. Okay. So these are some of the usages of present simple tense. Okay. Let's move on to the next usage. Okay. So we use present tense with simple present tense with the verb say when we ask about or quoting from books, notices, or recently received letters. For example, what does that notice say? It says no parking. Shakespeare says, neither a borrower nor a lender be. What does she say in the letter? She says she is coming to Paris next week. Okay? ඒ කියන්නේ we word say කියන එකත් එක කියනවා පවසනවා කියන එකත් එක we ask about or quoting from books. Say කියන එකක් verb එක say තමයි, right? When we ask about or quoting from books. අපි මොකක් හරි දෙයක් අහනවා නම් නැත්නම් මොකක් හරි පොතකින් උපුට ගන්නවා නම් නැත්නම් notice එකක් ගැන අපි අහනවා නම් ප්‍රශ්නයක් or නැත්නම් ලියුමක් ගැන අහනවා නම් ප්‍රශ්නයක් අපි කොහොමද say with the verb say. හරිද? අපිට අනිත් විදිහට අනිත් ක්‍රියාපදත් එක්කත් මේ words අහන්න පුළුවන්. නමුත් verb එක say කියන එකත් එක්ක පවසනවා කියන එක. Okay, දැන් අපි හිතන්න මෙන්න මෙහෙම. First example says, okay. Okay, there also we add says. So that is simple present tense. So why do we add says there? Say simple present tense because we are talking about something when you ask about something, okay, from a book, from a notice or from a letter, we say, what does the notice say? මොකද notice එකේ කියන්නේ? අපි කියන්නේ නැහැ මොකද අපි අහන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද notice එකේ තිබ්බේ? What was there in the notice? ඒකට past tense. දැන් අපි අහනවා නම් say කියන එක. say කියන එක simple present tense verb එකක්. So what does the notice say කියන්නේ මොකද notice එකේ කියන්නේ? මොකද notice එකේ තියෙන්නේ? එහෙම අහනකොට මොකද simple present tense අපි use කරන්නේ. ඒකට අපි කියන උත්තරේ it says no parking එක කියනවා park කරන්න බෑ කියලා. It says no parking. Right. Then the next sentence. Shakespeare says. Who is Shakespeare? Do you know Shakespeare? Have you heard of Shakespeare? I hope you have heard him. He is the greatest dramatist of all time. So do you know Shakespeare?
Yes.
Okay. Puta, right. So Shakespeare says, neither a borrower nor a lender be. So me Shakespeare කියනවා අපි මෙන්න මේක කියන Shakespeare කිව්ව දෙයක්. borrow කරන්නත් එපා දෙන්නත් එපා. සල්ලි දෙන්නත් එපා සල්ලි ගන්නත් එපා කියලා තමයි මේකේ කියන්නේ. ඒතර මේක ෂේක්ස්පියර් කිව්ව දෙයක්. අපි ඒතර say කියන verb එක තියෙනවා. ඒතකොට ෂේක්ස්පියර් singular නිසා අපි add කරන s එකක් verb එක say කියන එකට. So Shakespeare says neither a borrower nor a lender be. So මේක quote කරනවා. නැත්නම් අපි උපුටනවා යම් කිසි ෂේක්ස්පියර්ගෙන්. එතකොට අපි say කියන verb එක use කළොත් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම අපි verb එක ඒ say කියන එක තියන්නේ what? In simple present form. Okay. Present simple form. Okay. So what's next one? What does she say in the letter? මොකක්ද එයා කියන්නේ ලියුමේ? She says she is coming to Paris next week. එයා කියනවා ඊළඟ සතියේ එයා පැරිස් වලට එනවා කියලා. හරි? So what does she say in the letter? What did she say in the letter කියන මොනවද එයා ලියුමේ කිව්වේ? දැන් අපි දැන් මේ මොහොතේ අහනවා නම් අපි දැන් කවුරු ලියුම කියවනවා. කවුරු ඒවප ලියුම. ඉතින් ඔයා හිතන්නේ ඔයාගේ sister කියලා. අපි කියනවා what does the sister say in the letter? මොනවද එයා කියන්නේ ලියුමේ? අපි එතකොට දැන් මේ මොහොතේ අහන දෙයක්. එතකොට අපි use කරන්නේ simple present tense. Okay? We use the what? Simple present tense. Okay? Right. Okay. So, apart from the above context, present tense could be apparent in other verbs of communication as well. So, අනිත් මේ සිද්ධීන් වලට අමතර මේ අවස්ථාවන් වලට context කියන අවස්ථාව. So, මේ අවස්ථා ඉහත සඳහන් අවස්ථාවන් වලට අමතරව apart from the above context, present tense could be apparent in other verbs of communication as well. ඉහත සඳහන් අවස්ථාවලට අමතරව simple present tense එක පාවිච්චි වෙනවා නැත්නම් දකින්න පුළුවන් වෙනවා අනිකුත් ක්‍රියාපද වලටත් එක්ක අපි communicate කරද්දී අපි sannivedana කරද්දී මොනවද අනිත් අවස්ථා example එකක් තියෙනවා Shakespeare advises not to borrow or lend. A notice at the end of the road warns people not to go any further. Okay, that means Shakespeare advises us not to borrow or lend. There quote කරද්දී අපි say කියන word එක ගත්තා. එතකොට අපි කියනවා Shakespeare says neither a borrower nor a lender be. එතකොට say කියන verb එකට අමතරව අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් advice කියන එක. අපිට අවවාද කරනවා. අපිට උපදෙස් දෙනවා. Shakespeare advises us not to borrow or lend. Shakespeare අපිට උපදෙස් දෙනවා කවදාවත් සල්ලි ගන්නත් එපා, සල්ලි දෙන්නත් එපා කියලා. So එතකොට අනිත් verb forms වලටත් අපිට use කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ simple present tense verb එක. Okay, tense එක. හරි? A notice at the end of the road warns people not to go any further. මේ පාරේ තියෙන මේ දැන්වීමේ තියෙනවා මිනිසුන්ට ඉස්සරහට තවදුරටත් ඉදිරියට යන්න එපා කියලා පාරේ ඉදිරියට යන්න එපා කියලා තමයි notice එකේ තියෙන්නේ කියලා අපි කියනවා තව කාට හරි. So මොකද්ද කියන්නේ? What does the notice say? A notice at the end of the road warns people. Warns. එතකොට say කියන එකම ඕනේ. අනිත් verbs වලටත් අපිට use කරන්න පුළුවන් simple present tense එක. I mentioned to you earlier before when I was talking about the earlier example. Okay, right. So a notice at the end of the road warns people not to go any further. එතනදිත් අපි use කරන්නේ simple present tense එක. මොකද ඒකේ කියන්නේ මේ මොහොතේදී අපි කතා කරනවා. මේ මොකක්ද ඒක කියන්නේ? ඒක කියන්නේ මේ ඉස්සරහට යන්න එපා. මේ පාරේ වැඩ කරනවා මිනිස්සු ඉස්සරහා කියලා. නැත්නම් ඇක්සිඩන්ට් එකක් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා. එතකොට අපි කියන්නේ continuous form එක නෙමෙයි use කරන්නේ present simple form එක. එතනින් කියන්නේ ඒක habit එකක් කියලා. ඒකෙන් කියන්නේ ඒක මේ හැමදාම වෙන ක්‍රියාවක් කියලා. නමුත් ඒ මොහොතේ වෙන්න දෙයක්. එතනදී අපි simple present tense use කරන්න සිද්ධ වෙනවා. හරිද? හරි. Did you understand up to this point? Puta, did you understand it up to this point? May I know whether you understood it, Puta? Yes? Don't be shy to talk. Okay, you can talk to me. Right, okay, you understood it. You have understood it. Okay, fine, very good. So even if you don't understand it, you can tell me, I can explain it to you, right? So it's not a crime even if you ask me to explain it once again. It's not a crime. So it's a good thing, chance for others also to learn it again. If they also haven't understood it, it's a good way of learning for them as well. Okay, right, okay. So let's move on to the next part. Right. It is used in writing newspaper headlines. Okay. It is used in writing newspaper headlines. All of the newspaper headlines. What are the newspaper headlines? Newspaper headlines කියන්නේ මොනවද? මොනවද newspaper headlines කියන්නේ? Yeah, can someone tell me what are newspaper headlines? පත්තරවල මොනවද? headlines කියන්නේ?
Topics. Topics of newspapers.
Yeah, topics. Yes, very good. The topics of the newspapers, we call them as headlines. It's a good wording. Topics of the newspapers. In Sinhala, what do we say, Puta?
ශීර්ෂ පාඨය.
Shirasha Pata natta Sirasthala. Okay. Yes. Yes. Very good. Headlines. Okay. Right. Get very good. All of you are good, right? Okay. So it is used in writing newspaper headlines. Newspaper headlines liyadi puta api use karana mokadda? Simple present tense. On example එකක් තියෙනවා. Mass murder escapes. Peace talks fail. දැකලා තියෙනවද මෙහෙම newspapers වල? ප්‍රධාන සැකකරු පලා යයි. සාමක ගිවිසුම් මොකද fail වෙනවා කියන්නේ?
අසාර්ථකයි.
අසාර්ථක වෙයි. Very good. So සාම ගිවිසුම් නැත්නම් සාම සාකච්ඡා අසාර්ථක වෙයි. අපි සිංහලෙනුත් අපි use කරන්නේ simple present tense. සවර්තමාන ක්‍රියා කාල ක්‍රියාපද. So also in English language we use for newspaper headlines we use present simple form, right? ඒ කියන්නේ අපි සිරස්තල ලියද්දී ශීර්ෂ පාඨ ලියද්දී අපි ලියන්නේ කොහමද? In simple present tense. We don't use the past tense, okay? We use the simple present tense, right? Okay. It can be used, next one. It can be used for dramatic narrative. What are dramatic narrative? Dramatic narratives කියන්නේ radio commentators ලා. නැත්නම් sports events and public functions වල. හරි. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි කතා පොතේ ගුරු අපි නෑ not පොතේ ගුරු. අපි කියන්නේ අපි දැන් මොකද? Yes. Okay. So අපි දැන් හිතමු example එක අපි කියමු බලන්න. Can someone read the example please? Yes, dramatic narrative example. Yes, Puta, can someone read it please? Right. Can someone tell it please? Read it please. Anyone? Yes. Be voluntary. Harida. This is a good chance for you to speak and learn something. So take that opportunity. Okay? Right. Can someone read it please? Yes.
Once upon a time in Colombo.
Okay, once upon a time in Colombo. Good. No, I mean, Puta, the example. Can you read the example, Puta? When the curtain rises, can that example? Yeah, that is a good one. Yeah, once upon a time in Colombo. And what happens? Once upon a time in Colombo, what happens?
Once upon a time in Colombo, lots of people were killed by a blast.
Puta, use the simple present form, Puta. Your answer is good, very good. Can you use the present simple form?
Once upon a time.
Don't say once upon a time in Colombo. It's a past tense, Puta.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's begin it like this.
Today I go to university.
That is a habitual action. Now, අපි මෙතනදී කියන්නේ radio commentators වලට sports වල public functions වලදී අපි කියන්නේ ඔන්න දැන් අර තියෙන එක උදාහරණයක් wait පුතා, okay, don't go, wait for a while. So I'll tell that example. Senarat has said එකමත් එක දවසක බරණැස් නුවර බ්‍රහ්මදත්තන රජ කෙනෙක් වාසය කළා. දැන් මේ අපි හිතමු මෙන්න මෙහෙම එකමත් එක දවසක දැන් එක past tense හරිද අපි තාම විස්තර කරන දැන් අපි දන්නව නේද පොතේ ගුරු කියන්නේ දැන් අපි නාට්‍ය බලන්න යනකොට අපි පොතේ ගුරු කෙනෙක් ඉන්නේ දැන් ඔය මනමේ සිංහ බව ඒ වගේ නාට්‍ය බලනකොට තියෙනවා පොතේ ගුරු කෙනෙක් හරිද එයා කියනවා දැන් මේ වෙලාවේ මොකද්ද සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ කියලා එයා විස්තර කරනවා මේ setting එක ගැන කියනවා ඒ එතන තියෙන ඒ background එක ගැන අපිට විස්තර කරනවා. මොකද ඒක නාට්‍යයක් නිසා. So when you go for a drama, especially a drama like Singabahu Manam in Sri Lankan one, yes, we know there is a person called Pote Guru. I can't remember the word exactly for him. Let's say him as the Pote Guru, we say it as the narrator, the main narrator. Okay, so the main narrator is there. So he says, he describes about the situation. For example, you can say, if you go to watch a drama, you say, now you see, now the king goes to the palace after 10 years of time, king goes back to the palace. අවුරුදු 10කට පස්සේ රජතුමා නැවතත් මාලිගාවට යනවා. So, right, after 10 years of time, the king goes back to the palace. So, the queen and the citizens are, the queen, the citizens wait for the, they suffer a lot during the drought. So, the king goes back to the palace to having heard this grave situation. ඒ වගේ අර අපි විස්තර විචාරකයන් මේක පුතෙක් කියලා තියෙනවා විදූෂා I think. Yes, Vidusha. Yes, he has talked about විස්තර විචාරකයා. Yes, that's the correct answer. Sports commentary. Okay? ඒ කියන්නේ අපි හිතමු දැන් අපි යනවා මොකක් හරි sports commentary එකක් කියන්නේ අපි බලමු football match එකක් නැත්නම් cricket match එකක්. We know that when you go to watch a cricket match, there is a sports commentator. Okay? විස්තර විචාරකයෙක් ඉන්නවා sports commentator කියලා. So what he says is, okay, so Sanath Jayasuriya bats and you see the ball, he like that, Sanath Jayasuriya comes to the playground. Okay, so Muralidharan is also there. So they discuss about the plan ahead. So ahead for the match, right? Like some things like that. You can tell about radio. The sports commentators tell about the situation. So they are also the situation in the ground. ඒ කියන්නේ යාලට පේන දේවල් යාලා ලියනවා ඒ වෙලාවේදී. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මේ උදාහරණ බලන්න. When the curtain rises, Juliet is writing at her desk. Suddenly the window opens. A masked man enters. Curtain එක අරිනකොට Juliet ලියලා ඉන්න යාගේ desk එක ළඟ. එකපාරට ජනේලේ ඇරෙනවා and a masked man enters. වෙස්මුණක් දාපු මිනිස්සෙක් එනවා. දැන් මෙතන බලන්න simple present tense verbs කොච්චරක් ලියලා තියෙනවද කියලා. Can you come up? What are the simple present tense verbs used here? Can you tell me? Don't write it. Just tell me. Okay, when the curtain rises, Juliet is writing at her desk. Suddenly, the window opens and a masked man enters. Can you say what are the simple present tense verbs used in this sentence? In these sentences, yes. Can someone tell me, please?
3.
3 are there. Can you name them, Puta? Can you name them, please?
Rises.
Very good. Rises.
Open.
Okay. Opens. Okay.
Enters.
Very good. So that's the correct answer. That's the correct answer. Okay. So we use, very good, Puta. What's your name?
Nadira.
Okay. Nadira. Okay. Nadira, well done. Very good. Okay. So when the curtain rises, Juliet is writing at her desk. Suddenly, the window opens and a masked man enters. So you see, now we have used simple present tense, right? As Nadira mentioned, we have used it thrice, 3 times. So it is a dramatic narrative. A dramatic narrative. නාට්‍යමය විචාරයක්. හරි විචාරයක් කියන කමෙන්ටරි අර ලියන එකක් නෙවෙයි කතා කරන එකක්. නැත්නම් රේඩියෝ කමෙන්ටේටර්ස් like කියන්නේ අපි හිතමු රේඩියෝ එකේ දැන් අපි සමහර වෙලාවට නැත්නම් ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඉවෙන්ට්ස් වල සමහර පබ්ලික් ෆන්ක්ෂන්ස් වල අපි හිතමු දැන් ප්‍රෙසිඩන්ට් එන ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකක් තියෙනවා. There is a function where the president is the chief guest. So there is an announcer. So you say Mahinda Rajapaksa, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm reminded of Mahinda Rajapaksa. He was the former president. Now the president is Gotabaya Rajapaksa. So he'll say like this. So Gotabaya, the president of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, arrives at the function, at the opening ceremony of the arrives at the Independence Square. So the chief, the weather is very sunny, right? No, we don't there at that moment. We say he is accompanied by his ministers, cabinet ministers, Rohita Bokulagala, some things like that, and we say he enters the he enters the premises, and he will also say the announcer might say he hoists the national flag, Sri Lankan national flag. Likewise, so the commentary, the background commentary will be given in simple present tense. හරිද? යම් කිසි දෙයක් පේනවා. So අපි කියනවා දැන් president එනවා. එයා ඇවිල්ලා ස්ක්වයර් එකට එනවා. ඇවිල්ලා දැන් එයා දැන් මේ මොහොතේදී අසුනින් නැගිටි සිටින සියලු අමුත්තන් එතකොට මේ දැන් එයා president ජනාධිපතිතුමා දැන් ජාතික කොඩිය ඔසවනවා කියලා අර ඒ වගේ අර අපි commentaries දෙනකොට නැත්නම් dramatic narratives වෙනකොට නැත්නම් radio commentary එකක් වෙද්දී අපි නැත්නම් public function එකකදී අපි use කරන්නේ මොකක් හරි announcer කෙනෙක් background speaker කෙනෙක් කියද්දී අපි use කරන්නේ පුතා simple present tense. Okay, so do you understand it පුතා? Okay, right. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Are you clear with that one? Puta, are you clear about that particular usage? Is it not clear for you? Is it clear, Puta? All of you, is it clear?
Yes, madam.
Okay, Puta, right. Very good. So thank you for the response. Okay, clear. Right. Next move will about with time clauses. Okay, then what else? We use these words. Yes, newspaper headlines. Then with the verb say, when you are quoting something from some newspaper or a book, or else when we are okay, so situations likewise, habitual actions. So with what? Adverbs of frequency. We use these simple present tense. Okay, right. Let's talk about the next usage. So there is a wide scope for a lot of usages of simple present tense. So it is better that we are well aware, since we are at an undergraduate level. It is good that if we know these usages, at least some of them, the most important ones. Okay, so keep them in your memory. Okay, right. So let's move on to the next usage. Right. Right. Okay. So we use is used for simple present tense. Present simple is for a planned future action or series of actions. Especially it refers to a journey and also used by travel agents. For example, We leave London at 10 next Tuesday. We spend 2 hours in Paris and leave again at 3 o'clock. It is okay. So we used it plan future actions. අපි යම්කිසි අපි හිතමු අපි හෙට ඔයාලා යනවා ලබන සතිය trip එකක්. හරිද? You all are going on a trip on next week. Oh, so it's a planned one. Now you all have discussed about where to go, where you all are supposed to go, you all are planning to go, right? And what things you all are going to take, with whom, how many participants, in what are the transport method of transportation. So all these things you have discussed before, planned before. So you are going to do that particular action. So right. So when you are talking about when you want to talk about a planned future action, අපි යම් කිසි දෙයක් plan කරලා නැත්නම් සැලසුම් සහගතව අපි යම් කිසි අනාගත කාලේ ක්‍රියාවක් සිද්ධ කරන්න ඉන්නවා නම් අපි යන්නේ එතකොටත් අපි use කරන්නේ simple present tense. සමහර වෙලාවට අපි use කරන series of actions. එක දිගට යම් කිසි ක්‍රියාවන් මොනවද ඒ වගේ. Especially if refers to a journey and also used by travel agents. Okay. ඒ කියන්නේ travel agents ලා ඒගොල්ලන් කියන හරි අපි මේ වෙලාවේ මේ පැරිස් වලට දෙකට යනවා. ඊට පස්සේ 3ට පිටත් වෙනවා ආපහු පැරිස් වලින්. අර travel agents ලා අර travelers ලා කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලන් travelers ලාව guide කරන්නේ agents ලා ඒගොල්ලන් මෙන්න මෙහෙම කරන්නේ. එතකොට series of events එක series එකක් යම්කිසි ක්‍රියාවන් මෙහෙම කරනවා ඊට පස්සේ මෙහෙම කරනවා ඊළඟට ආයි මෙතනින් මෙහෙම යනවා මෙතනට ගිහිල්ලා ළමයින්ට මේ foreign මේ travelers ලට ඒක මේ watch කරන්න දෙනවා ටිකක් spend කරනවා ඊට පස්සේ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ enjoy කරන්න time දෙනවා ඊට පස්සේ ආයි බස් එකකින් ඒගොල්ලන් එක්කන් යනවා අතන Eiffel Tower එකට ඒ මොම කියලා අර travel agents ලා they have their plans. So when we are talking about a future planned action or series of actions, especially it refers to a journey and also used by travel agents, especially make up apply when a journey එකක් ගැන කියද්දී. For example, we leave London at 10 next Tuesday. අපි ලන්ඩන් හෙට ඊළඟ සතියේ Tuesday යනවා ලන්ඩන් වලින් පිටත් වෙන්නේ 10ට. එතකොට 10ට අපි පිටත් වෙනවා Tuesday කියන එක අපි plan කරලා තියෙනවා මේ වෙද්දී. එතකොට අපි leave අපි එතන use කරන leave කියන verb එක. එතකොට ඒක simple present tense. So we use simple present tense to talk about a planned future action. We leave London or at 10 o'clock on next Tuesday. එතකොට travel agent කෙනෙක් හිතමු. We spend 2 hours in Paris and leave again at 3 o'clock. Okay, so that is also, so we take the foreigners from Sigiriya and give them 2 hours to enjoy the place, and we take them back from there at 2 o'clock. So they are about travel agents' plans. Okay, so they are also we use simple present tense. Right, let's move on to state verbs. Do you know what state verbs are? Okay, tell me some types of verbs. Okay, what are can you tell me some verbs that you know, types of verbs you know? Yes. Yes, some types of verbs, helping verbs. Okay, very good. What else? What are the other types of verbs you know? Right? Okay.
Regular.
So, yes, regular verbs. Okay, that's one type of verb. Another type? Regular, irregular. Okay. Helping verbs. What are the other types of verbs you know?
Action
Be
verbs.
verbs. Yes, very good. Action verbs. What's your name, Puta?
Case Hosen.
Sorry?
Case Hosen.
Hosen. Ah, okay, Puta. Good. Action verbs, Hosen. That's correct. Can you come up with an example for action verbs, Puta? Okay. Can you explain what is an action verb?
It's expression action.
It expresses an action. Very good. Okay. Can you come up with an example also for an action verb sentence?
You eat, walk. Walk.
He walks on the
Yeah.
playground. In the playground. He walks in the playground. Another example. Can you come up with another example?
She give money.
She gives money. All right. Thank you. Yes. So thank you very much. It's a very good answer. Very good. Hosen? Right. Right. Okay. So state verbs are opposite verbs of state verbs are the action verbs. හරිද? State verbs වලට opposite verb එක තමයි action verbs කියන්නේ. අපි action films කියන්නේ. මොනවද action films වලනේ? ඒගොල්ලන් they quarrel, they murder, what else? So they do lot of nonsense, right? So they are all action oriented. ඒවා හරිම මේ ක්‍රියා මොකද කියන්නේ ඒකට? ක්‍රියාදාම චිත්‍රපට නේද? Action films. Yes, very good. So ක්‍රියාදාම චිත්‍රපට. So ක්‍රියාදාම කියන්නේ ඒකේ ඔක්කොම සියලු දේ හරිම yes. Thank you සේනාරත් පුතා. Right? Okay. So ක්‍රියාදාම කියන්නේ ක්‍රියාවන් වල බේස් වෙලා තියෙන actions බේස් වෙලා තියෙන. දැන් අපි බලමු ඒකේ opposite එක තමයි state verbs කියන්නේ. මොනවද state verbs කියන්නේ? Can someone guess me what are state verbs? Guess and tell me. Now action verbs you say eat, drink. ඒවා අපිට ක්‍රියාවන් කරන්න පුළුවන්. නමුත් state verbs කියන්නේ මොනවද?
Hold.
Sorry පුතා.
Hold.
Old. I didn't hear
No.
පුතා.
Hold. HOLD.
Hold. It is an action verb. Hold. I'm holding her hand. Okay. So hold. It's an action. It's a verb. It's an active verb. Okay. So a state verb. What is an example for a state verb? Can someone tell me what is yes, Puta? Yes. Opposite of action verbs is state verbs. And what is a state verb? Can you come up with an example? Think and tell me. Yes. Okay. State verbs කියන්නේ අපිට perceive වෙන දේවල්. අපේ senses වලට perceive වෙන දේවල්. අපි හිතමු feel. Very good. That's one. Okay. Feel. Think. Remember.
Taste.
එතකොට yes.
Taste.
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 Okay, taste. Taste. I taste it. Yes. Sensory feelings. Okay. 5 senses වලින් perceive කරන ඒවා අපි හිතමු as වලින් I see that. So I know I see that you can see that. But if you say I feel it, we can't feel, you can't see how you feel it. Okay. So that is like if you say I run or දුවනවා නම් පේනවනේ. හරිද? නමුත් feel කියන එක පේනවද? නෑ, right? So you can't දැනෙනවා කියන එක අපිට we can't show someone or we can't see it. So පුතා it is a state verb. So another state verb is think නෙවෙයි love. දැන් අපි love කිව්වහම realize. Very good. I realized it. මට ඒක තේරුණා. ඒක තේරුණා කිව්වොත් okay. Right. Hate. Yes. hate කියනකොට අපිට පේන්නේ hate කියන එක. එතකොට ඒක state I hate you. Hate කියන්නේ අපි I love okay. So they are all state verbs. You can't see the verbs. Okay? So you can't see the actions. That's what it says. Okay? State verbs. Now here, for example, if you see the word love, I love you. So love is a state verb. Okay? Love කියන්නේ okay. I am loving you කියන්න බෑ. හරිද? I am loving you කියන්න බෑ. ඒක continuous වෙන්නේ නැහැ. So මට කියන්න ඕනේ අපි state verb එකක් හැමතිස්සෙම it doesn't refer to a physical action. අපිට පේන දෙයක් නෙවෙයි. It doesn't refer to a physical action. They express a state or conditions. Okay? එක state එකක් නැත්නම් condition එකක් තත්වයක් නැත්නම් එකක් ගැන තමයි කියන්නේ. Some examples of stative verbs are like, කැමති, love, ආදරේ, believe, විශ්වාස කරනවා, know, දන්නවා, understand, තේරුම් ගන්නවා, have, කියන්නේ තියෙනවා කියන එක, prefer, කැමති, hate, කැමති නැහැ. So action verbs got work, write, break, kick, cook, take, what else? So they are state verbs, not status, they are verb, action verbs. Physical actions. Stative verbs related to thoughts and opinions. States කියන එක හැමතිස්සෙම thoughts and opinions වලට තමයි අයිති වෙන්නේ. සිතුවිලි සහ අපේ opinion එක, අපේ idea එක, මතය ගැන. අපි හිතමු agree. I agree with you කිව්වට සමහරට ඇතුලෙන් ඔයා disagree වෙන්න පුළුවන්. I love you කිව්වට sometimes you may not love that person. හරිද? So අපි දන්නේ love කිව්වට මොකද්ද කියලා අපිට පේන්නේ නැහැ. හරිද? So they are intangible. So but if you say I run, you see that you are running. I walk kiwat, I am walking. Okay, you can see that one is walking, right? So in action verbs, you can always put it in the continuous form or the present participle form. Whereas in the state verbs, you can't keep it in the continuous form. They cannot be used in the present participle form or the continuous form. For example, the best example is I love you. I am loving you කියන්න බෑ. මොකද ඒක state verb එකක් නිසා. I love you එක ඒ හින්දා love කියන එක එතනදී verb එක simple present tense. Loving you කිව්වොත් ඒක present continuous. So state verb එකක් කොයි වෙලාවකවත් හරිද? මොකද්ද? Continuous or the present continuous form එකක් වෙන්නේ නෑ පුතා. හරිද? තේරුණාද? Okay? Oh yes, Pubudu has said trust. It is a what? It is something like a perceive that you trust someone. So it is a what? Trust is a condition, sort of a condition. So then it is a state verb. Freed. Okay, so they are all yeah, some free means you have නිදහස් කරනවා කොහොම නිදහස් කරාම අපිට පේනවා that they are not in the jail කියලා, right? So understand කියන එක මානසික idea එකක්, mental condition එකක්. So understand it. So you can't see it. It's not an action oriented verb. So it's an action, state verb. So right? So don't say I'm loving you. Always say I love you. Okay? I'm just telling you these are state verbs and action verbs. So in the state verbs, you can't use them in the continuous form, only in the present form, present simple form, right? Okay, let's move on to the next one. So there is a long list of yes. But I think, yeah, this is the last slide. So it is used in conditional sentences. Type 1. Conditional sentences. Do you know what conditional sentences are? Can I know whether you know what conditional, if anyone knows what conditional sentences are? Let me know Yes, what are conditional sentences? Put the example for a conditional sentence. Can someone tell me an example for a conditional sentence? Do you know what conditional? You have done conditional sentences, I think, for your ordinary level examination. So, can someone tell me what is an example for a conditional sentence?
If x equals 0, x will be 0.
Very good. I don't know much about mathematics, but can you say it again, Puta? It's a good example. If x equals 0, x is a, can you say it again, please? If
X will be a 0.
once again the full sentence, if x equals 0.
If x equals 0,
Yeah.
then x will be 0.
Wow, good, very good. So that is a conditional sentence. Very good. Well done. What's your name, Puta?
K.S. Hosan, madam.
Very good, Hosan. Right. Okay, good. If x equals 0, x will be 0. x 0 වලට සමාන නම් x කියනවා x එකේ අගය 0 වෙන්නේ බිඳුවයි. අගයක් නැහැ. x එකට අගයක් නැහැ එතකොට. If x equals 0, it will be, the value of x will be 0, or there is no value for, there will be no value for x, right? So very good, Hosan. You are thinking very clearly. Okay. So conditional sentences always begin with if clauses. Condition එක. Condition කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? සිංහලෙන් අපි කියනවා කොන්දේසියක් කියලා. Under one condition කියන්නේ මම එක කොන්දේසියක් පිට වාට මේක කියන්නේ වාටම එක කොන්දේසියක් පිට තමයි මේ පොත දෙන්නේ. ආපහු රිටර්න් කරේ නැත්තම් මම ලයිබ්‍රරියන්ට කියනවා. නැත්නම් මං යාළුවාට වාට ෆයින් එකක් මේ දඩයක් මං ගන්නවා කියලා කියනවා ඔයා. යාළුවාගෙන් පොතක් ඉල්ලනවා. ඊට කලින් she has lost it. Okay? ඔයාගේ පොත නැති කරලා. දැන් මේ පාරත් පොත ඉල්ලනවා. දැන් ඔයා කියනවා මෙහෙම. හරි, ඔයා ගිය පාර I gave you the book for you. Gave the book to you, but you lost it. But if you lose it this time, I will never give you a book to you again. හරිද? හරි. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක කොන්දේසියක්. condition එකක් කියන්නේ කොන්දේසියක්. So conditional sentences කියන්නේ කොන්දේසි ගැන කතා කරන sentences. So ඒක පාවිච්චි කරද්දී අපි මුලින්ම තියෙන if conditional කියන if එකෙන් තමයි conditional sentence එක begin වෙන්නේ. So if conditional එකේ type 1, there are 4 types of if conditionals. Probable conditional, improbable conditional, impossible conditional, and zero conditionals. 4 conditional types තියෙනවා. Basically 3 තියෙනවා. තව zero conditional කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. So if conditional එකේ හරිද? If conditional එකේ first one, probable conditional. Probable conditional කියන්නේ වම් කිසි දෙයක් වීමේ හැකියාවක් තියෙන ක්‍රියා. අපි හිතමු. If I see Anne, I will ask her about you. මම Anne ව දැක්කොත් මම එයාගෙන් අහනවා ඔයා ගැන. If I buy the book, I will give it to you. If I go to the cinema, I will tell you the story. I will tell you the film story. Okay, so these are all conditional sentences. All right, so it is the first conditional type. If I see, I will ask her. If I see කියන එක එතන use කරලා තියෙන්නේ simple present tense. Okay, Puta, can understand it?
Yes, madam.
Okay, right. Puta, do you have any issue with that about conditional sentences?
Yes, madam. Why we can't use else and if else?
In the sense, can you explain it more, Puta? Elaborate on the question.
After if condition, why we can't use else?
We can't use S.
Can we use else after if condition?
Which one? Else or what? I didn't hear what you said. Can you use what? After if conditionals, yes.
If x equals 0,
Yes.
else x will be 1.
Yes. Yes.
Can we use that kind of sentences?
Very good. That's correct. So it's a correct answer. Why? Because if x equals 0, x will be 0. The value of x will be 0. X equals to will be 0. but so it's future tense. So එහෙමයි හරිද? if අපි හිතමු if x equals 0, x සමාන වුණොත් බිඳුවට value of x will be 0. හරිද? එහෙමයි කියන්නේ. x වල වටින අගය x සමාන වුණොත් බිඳුවට x වල වටිනාකම නැතුව යනවා. x වලට වටිනාකමක් නැතිව ආවි කියන එකයි අපි කියන්නේ. එතකොට අපි first conditional part එකේ if conditional මේ clause එකේ අපි use කරන්නේ after if the simple present tense පුතා. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ ඊළඟ clause එකේ comma එකක් තියෙනවා if x equals 0, comma x will have no value. Okay, will have, x will be valueless, x will lose its value. අපි එහෙම කියමු, ඒකයි හරියන්නේ. Future tense, simple present tense આવොත් simple future. හරිද? අපි දැන් conditional sentences කරද්දී ඒක පුළුවන්. දැන් අපි හිතමු conditional sentences මම කව 4ක් තියෙනවා කියලා. මම ඒක නිකන් විස්තර කරන්නම් පොඩ්ඩක් briefly. දැන් අපි හිතමු first conditional කියන එක. ඒකේ තියෙන probable conditional. අපි දැන් probable conditional එකේ දාන්නේ හැමතිස්සෙම if conditional type එකට මුලින්ම එන්නේ simple present tense. ඊළඟට එන්නේ simple future tense. ඊළඟ clause එකේ එන්නේ simple future. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි හිතමු මේ example එක if I see Anne, I will ask her. If I see කියන එක simple present tense. I will ask her කියන එක will ask කියන එක simple future. ඒක තමයි first type එක. නැත්නම් first conditional probable conditional එක. Okay. So if conditional එකේ second conditional එක තමයි improbable conditional. Improbable කියන්නේ if I saw Anne, I would ask her. මම Anne දැක්කනම් මං එක අහන්න තිබුණා. If I saw Anne, I would ask her. Anne දැක්කනම් මං එක අහන්න තිබුණා. හරිද? ඒකයි ඒ කියන්නේ. Third condition එක තමයි if I had seen Anne, I would have asked Anne දැකලා තිබුණා නම් මං එක යාගෙන් අහන්න තිබුණා කියන එක. Zero conditional එක තමයි අපි normally universal truths කියන්නේ if water boils at 0 degrees 100 degrees Celsius, if sun rises, the children will get up. If sun rises today, if sun rises early, the children will get up today, will be happy. The children are happy. If sun rises, children are happy. A zero conditional can is universal truth seeker. Again, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. If water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, right? So can you understand it? So in the if conditionals, don't think a lot about that. In the first conditional, we use the simple present tense. That is in the if clause. Okay. So you see, if x equals 0, then equals is a simple present tense. So we use simple present tense in the if conditional, the first if conditional type. Can understand, Hosen?
Yes, madam. Clear, madam.
Okay, right, Putta. Right,
Thank you,
fine. Okay, Putta. Okay, you're most welcome. Right, okay. Let's move on to the next one then. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. So unless you take the brake off, the car won't move. So there should be a comma in the middle of off, right? So unless you take the brake off, the car will not move. Won't කියන්නේ will not කියන negative word එකක්. So ඒකත් අර conditional sentence එකට අයිති වෙන්නේ. ඔයා brake එක අයින් කළේ නැත්තම් car එක move වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒකයි මේකේ idea එක. So if you do not take the brake off, the car will not move. ඔයා brake එක අයින් කළේ නැත්තම් car එක ධාවනය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. So ඒක first conditional type එකට. So if you do not take the brake off, take කියන එක simple present tense. ඒකයි මට කියන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මේ if conditional එකේ type 1 එකේ මුලින්ම එන්නේ simple present tense. ඊළඟ clause එකට එන්නේ future simple future tense. So in the if conditional first clause type, we use simple present tense. Okay, just simply remember that part only. Okay, let's move on to the next one. It is used in time clauses. It is used in time clauses. What are time clauses? Now we talked about time clauses earlier, right? I think whenever there are time clauses, when there is an idea of routine, When there is an idea of routine එකක් ගැන කියන. As soon as he earns any money, he spends it. So ඒක time close එකක්. හරිද? As soon as he earns money. එයා සල්ලි මොන හරි මේ උපයපු හැටිය ඒක එයා වියදම් කරනවා. එතකොට earns, spends දෙකම simple present tense. එතකොට අපි ඒ time clause එකකින් as soon as කියන එක time clause එකක්, time expression එකක්. එතකොට ඒක idea of routine එකකින් අදහස් වෙන්නේ මොකද? ඒක එයා හැමදාම කරන දෙයක්. එයාට සල්ලි හම්බෙච්ච හැටි එයාගේ ඉක්මනට වියදම් කරලා ඉවර කරනවා. එතකොට ඒක routine idea එකක්. ඒක එන්නේ time clause එකක් එක. So as soon as he earns any money, he spends it. So earns and spends, they are both they are simple present tense verbs, tenses. Okay, tense is in simple present tense. Okay, the tense is in simple present or present simple, in other words. Okay, let's move on to the very last usage of simple present tense. Let's talk about it. When the main verb is in a future form. When the main verb is in a future form, main verb එක ප්‍රධාන ක්‍රියාව future එකක තියෙනවා නම් මොකද්ද? When it stops raining, we will go out. දැන් අපි මම වලට ඉස්සෙල්ලා කිව්වේ future tense එක use කරද්දී හැමතිස්සෙම අපි use කරන්නේ මොකද්ද? base form එක නැත්නම් simple present form එක will එකත් එක්ක ඉන්නේ හැමතිස්සෙම went කියන්න බෑ නේද? We will went out කියන්න බෑනේ. We will go out. එතකොට go කියන එක simple present tense verb එකක්. So ඒකයි මේකෙන් කියන්නේ. So when it stops raining කියන්නේ වැස්ස නතර වුණාම we'll go out. එතකොට we'll go කියන එක go එකේ base form එක use වෙනවා. ඒ වගේම when it stops raining වැස්ස නතර වුණාම නතර කළාම කියන එක නතර කළාම කියන්නේ stops කියන එක. වැස්ස වහිනක නතර වුණාම. එතකොට main verb එක තමයි rain කියන එක. මොකද raining කියන එක මොකක් rain මේ stop වෙනකොටද? මොකක් නිසාද time expression එක time clause එක when කියන එක. When it stops raining. අර අපි කිව්වේ time clause එකක් ගැන. ඒක අපි we'll go back to the slide. Time clauses expressing routine or habitual whenever it rains the roof leaks. So it's a habitual action when used it with the time clause. Now here, when the main verb is in a future form, when the main verb, we'll go out. When are we going to go out? When it stops raining. වැස්ස නතර කළාම වහලා ඉවර වුණාම. We will go out. So will එකත් එක්ක අපි හැමතිස්සෙම simple present form එක use කරන්නේ. So that's all I think we have. So any questions so far that from what you have learned? Isputa, if you have any questions, you can ask me now. Yes. So so far we talked about simple present tense, right? So there are its usages, the structure. When are we using these for habitual actions? In adverbs or adverbial phrases like adverbs of frequency, okay, and in time clause expressions, routine or habitual actions, okay, and what else? In quote in books or from articles, okay, when you are in other verbs of communication, and in newspaper headlines, in dramatic narrative, planned future action or series of actions, used with state verbs, conditional sentence type 1, time clauses, maybe the main verb in a future form. So these are some of the usages of simple present tense. So do you have any questions from what we have learned up to now? Okay, Hosen has asked a question, Putta. Okay. Madam, we can write can we write like this? After stops raining, we will go out. After stops raining, after what stops raining? After it stops raining, we will go out. So it is correct. So you have to add only after it stops raining, we will go out. වැස්සේ නතර වුණාම අපි එළියට යමු. ඒකයි අදහස. හරිද? හරි. So after stops raining කියන්නේ after it stops raining. එය නතර වැස්ස දැන් ඒ වැස්ස නතර වුණාම මොකක් නතර වුණාමද? It stops raining. ඒක වහින එක නතර වුණාම. හරිද? ඒක වහින නතර වුණාම වහින එක නතර වුණාම එක කියන එක right? Okay, right, Putta. Okay, right. No problem. It's just typing mistake. Okay, typing error. Right, fine. Okay. It's a okay, Hassan. Right. Okay. So, Putta, do you have any questions? You can either talk via the audio or else you can put a text message right now. So we have some more time left. Yes, Putta, do you have any lectures after this also? Putta, do you have a lecture after this? May I know whether you have a lecture, Putta, after this also, after this lecture is over? Don't be afraid to speak. Yes, you can speak. No, right? Okay, Putta, right, okay. Okay, so are you tired now? Actually, we have been talking for 2 hours, working here for 2 hours. So are you tired, by the way? Yes. Okay, Lakshan.
Excuse me.
Sorry?
Excuse me, we are still learning in front of computer from 4 p.m.
I'm sorry, is it 4?
We are
Okay,
still
that means
sitting on in front of computer from
in the
4 p.m.
sense the previous lecture, no?
Yes.
Okay, so you must be really tired now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Putta, right. Okay. I will wind up the today's lecture, but I will put the, what do you call the,
BL.
yes, video lecture plus the upload the lectures, today's upload lecture and also the presentation also. And also I'll give you some exercises. I'll send it to you on, to all of you via email, to your group email address. I'll send it to you. So, right. Okay. So I know that you all are exhausted. So let's wind up for today. So Sasru Dilshan, thank you very much. Sasru Dilshan, right? He has appreciated the lecture. Thank you so much, Putta, and I appreciate your cooperation as well, because you all were very good and very cooperative and interactive. So that's why I think you all are good, you all are very clever students. So I think you can do well. So let's move on. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for all of your comments also. Right. So if you have any questions, you have time like 5 minutes more. I'll quickly wrap up the session. So we talked about simple present tense. We talked about their usages. So if you have any issues right up to now, can I know whether you have an issue right now, up to now? So far, what we have learned up to now?
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, Putta.
Verb list එක දෙනවද?
Oh, Putta, I'll send it to you soon. Yes, I'll send
thank
it
you,
to you today. Okay, Putta, sure. Okay, I'll send it to you, and together with this done, I'll send the verb list, regular verb list. So you have to study them also. Otherwise, it's difficult. And remember to find study those, what do you call them, spellings as well, Putta. Okay, right. So any other questions, Putta? So thank you for reminding, Putta, right, for that thing, because I just forgot it for the moment. Okay, thank you for your nice comments. So yes, any other questions?
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, Putta.
Can we take a formula like how to create sentences in future, simple present tense, perfect tense, like a diagram or example sheet?
You mean conditional sentences or what?
Today whole lessons no, simply we need if simple present
okay,
and
simple present tense. And the other sentences also is that?
Yes, only tenses.
Yeah. all the tenses in simple, the present tense, tenses, present tense, present perfect, present perfect, that one, Puta?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
sure, sure.
like brief or short note.
Yes, sure. I'll send it to you. I have it. I have it. I'll send it to you. Anyways, I'll be doing you the lecture for the present continuous, present perfect. But beforehand, I can send you that one. I'll make a Word document. So I'll send it to you. Or you mean all the tenses on present tense, right?
Okay. Thank you, madam.
Okay, Putta, you're most welcome. Right. Okay, then. So any other questions, Putta? Yes, Putta, any other questions you can ask me soon? Yes. Yes. Any other questions you can ask me? Yes. Yes. Anything else? Okay, right, Putta. Okay, nothing more. So, right. So, have a nice day and go through these slides, right? And this slide, and I'll be sending you the worksheets, the verb list, and also short note on all the sentences on present tense, the present tense, present continuous, like that. So, you can go through it. But, anyways, I'll be covering all the sentences for you. We need a few more time, a short time to do that. We cannot do it overnight or within one day. We cannot cover all the tenses. So we'll do it soon. On within the next few days, we can cover it all. So I will send you a what you call a homework, like a worksheet to do. So we'll discuss it on the next day as well. So make sure to do the homework well. So right. So thank you very much for your participation and the cooperation you gave. So right. So let's wind up the session for today. So have a nice day and stay blessed. So good night to all of you. Okay, bye, Putta, all of you.